G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of the Inner City Hermit podcast. I almost forgot.
That's shut off.
Oh shit. Welcome back to another episode of the Inner City Hermit podcast, guys. We are back for Brilliant Beer Reviews, episode number 2. I don't know if this is an episode thing, but anyway, I brought my good mate Patrick Auld on. Is that how you say your last name?
Auld.
Auld.
But Auld's, yeah. Auld gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah, so as always, guys, when we do these Brilliant Beer Reviews, this is brought to you by, or we are supporting Bloody Brilliant Beers. Bloody Brilliant Beers is a Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group. You can add it. I'm still unsure. Darcy hasn't got back to me on how you have to get in. You've got to get invited. So he's getting like all these people like friend requesting him to get in the group. And there's like 3,000 members now.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, if you're ever stuck for a bloody beer, you're sitting in BWS or something and you're like, fuck me, I don't know what to drink. Well, there's your answer. It's pretty much like the holy Bible of beers. So get on a Bloody Brilliant Beers and yeah, you can review beers, you can get reviews, and just it's just wholesome and bloody nice. It's just a nice vibe. So we've got 6 beers we've got today. Patrick, you have chosen a couple, mate. Do you want to do the honors of the first beer that we are going to be reviewing, mate?
Let's go for the Bentspoke.
Bentspoke. Let's get it. Alrighty. Bentspoke. What's the deets on this one?
So we've got a Canberra Pale
Oh,
Ale.
fuck me. It's one of those ones. Check the top.
Oh, what's that?
It's like a cup. Bro.
What is it?
It's just, it like comes, the whole lid pops off.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, Paddy, where's it from?
It's from, well, it says Canberra Pale Ale, so I'm assuming it's from Canberra.
Excellent.
It's a Barley Griffin. Oh, so it's a Barley Griffin from Bentspoke Brewing Co.
Oh, okay.
Born and brewed in Canberra. So it's 1.2 standard drinks per can.
And it's certified independent.
Wow.
How good.
Fuck yeah.
Get in.
All right.
Alrighty, let's get on it.
So is this...
Yeah, I think you
Ooh.
flip it. Dude, you got to open it like a can of tuna. Just show the camera.
It's like a soup.
Okay. So this thing's a cup. It comes... Bro, watch me pour this everywhere. Oh, how's the fun?
Oh, wow. I feel like you drink those a lot quicker.
Yeah. Oh,
With that
man.
lid.
Actually, to be honest, I don't mind these canned cups, these cup cans. It's definitely it's a lighter beer, as in color wise. Dude, it looks really carbonated.
Yeah, it looks...
How's the
looks
head
lit.
on
I like
one?
that color. This is like my favorite color of beer, I'd say.
Yeah.
This sort of like golden color.
It's got half hops, half malt, half yeast. I feel like that's every beer ever.
Wait, it's got 3 halves. What?
It says on the front, it's got 3 halves.
Half malt, half hops. Oh no, the yeast is a little bit less.
Oh, a little bit. So it's not half. Alrighty, let's give this one a whirl, bro.
All right.
Before this
Cheers,
shit show
mate.
gets started. Cheers, brother. Good to see you again, mate.
Thanks for having me on.
That's fruity.
It is quite
I like
fruity.
it, but it's very hoppy at the end.
Yeah.
I love how I do this and I pretend like I know what I'm doing. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, it's
me
pretty
either.
hoppy.
Tastes like every other beer I've ever had.
What is a hop?
I know what that is.
What is a
Hoppy.
hop? Oh, shit. Anyway,
It's good though,
Paddy,
it tastes
Paddy
good.
how's things been? So you are a freelance photographer. No, freelance videographer, eh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been good. It's been actually I thought it was gonna be a pretty sort of quiet last sort of few weeks of the year, but it's actually been pretty busy. Just a lot of editing, getting out, doing sort of kind of some contracted out editing for a few different places, which has been good. But yeah, sort of been locked away in the editing cave.
Are you on your own business now, or are you like? Because I know you worked for a company, and now are you kind of off doing your own thing now?
Yeah, so now I'm off doing my own thing. I sort of did. So I guess I've been doing sort of video for kind of 2 years. So I've did a couple of in-house roles, but always sort of wanted to pursue my own thing, just be my own.
Yeah, I feel like it's an industry that you can too. Like you can literally, and I mean, coming from what I see, like I kind of see it from an outside perspective, and I like have a lot of mates in real estate and stuff like that. It's becoming like a lot of companies are kind of transitioning towards like, you need to have like that video, like I don't know, like just a face to the names type thing now. Like I feel like ads are kind of being phased out, and now people are doing their own sort of production, going through people like you. So
100%, definitely, probably. I think especially with social media, trying to shift towards that more personal advertising.
Yeah.
So they want kind of that more raw rather than just like, you know, very kind of like, you know, heavy production ad that you know, goes on TV and it costs so much money. Now you can just get, you know, someone who knows how to do video in, and it's pretty cheap to advertise on social media.
Yeah, and I mean too, if you going through like those production companies, it's probably so much like, you know, you obviously would, you know, you got your price, but I could imagine your price is nowhere near the price of going through like a giant ad agency or something like that.
Yeah, and then paying to get on TV or paying to get on like a billboard or something like that's, you know, it's become a lot more affordable, and also it's become a lot more affordable for videographers, like to, you know, buying equipment and all that sort of thing. Like it's like, crazy. We
joked about it before, like you were watching me set up these two cameras like a fucking kook, and I could see you just jittering like, what the fuck is this idiot doing? So Paddy was telling me about how he could do this bloody wide angle thing, and then you can cut away into a small angle and do it all in one frame, and my brain was like,
Madison's just looking at me like, what?
My brain was like, sometimes when I hit the button it turned on now.
This camera shut off within minutes, within less than a minute of turning on.
Man, yeah, because I suck at it. Like I was saying to you as we were coming up here, like I pretty much started like the production of this based on like shit that I just had already around the house. Like obviously it's like Kia's old camera, Kia's new camera, it's all Kia's pretty much, and I'm just binging off it.
But it's crazy. Like even just the shots you can get with a drone that cost, you know, like $1,000. You just have to hire a helicopter and put a camera and a helicopter to get those shots.
It's literally ridiculous. And I find too, like, as soon as you get a drone, like, you know, there's obviously people who are really good at drone photography and stuff like that. But you can pretty much just be a spud and get really good footage with a drone. Like
100%.
A couple of people I know who, like, even at school, like, we bought a drone for our like IT department, and like we use it for like athletics carnivals and stuff. And you know, we literally have kids controlling it, like. And I'm talking like, they're not like techie kids. They're just like random kids that are like, can I fly the drone?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, so they're taking footage and all that sort of stuff. And it looks so nice. Like you could even,
smooth.
Like you can actually like just get it up now, like drone footage. And everything's so, it just makes life, you know what? I don't really want to even look at this, but yeah, like I've seen like the size of the drones too. Like they're tiny, man. Like you can get, you know, Earth from above. Like this is all drone footage. Like that's nuts. That's just for those of you who are just listening. It's just it's 7 hours of 4K drone film, and I can't even get half an hour on my fucking camera. Oh shit! No, but like you know what I mean. Like things are so accessible now. Like you literally don't need anything to be like a professional photographer. Like,
100%, man. You need like a few YouTube video tutorials, you know, maybe like $5,000 worth of gear, and you're on your way. Like it's
only a cool 5,000, man.
Yeah, just a little, you know.
So how did you get into it? Like, were you one of those people that sort of started filming like parties in high school and stuff?
Nah. So like I did film and TV in high school, but like I wasn't really. I did like it, but I wasn't really it wasn't my main sort of thing. Like I enjoyed it for sure. But then after school, like so I studied journalism. Yeah. And you did like, you know, a little bit of video production stuff and that, more sort of, you know, like, you know, filming yourself or presenting, that kind of thing, and a bit of editing and stuff. But I just started out by editing like NBA highlight videos.
Oh, really? That's sick.
And putting them up on YouTube. Yeah, that was just how I...
Do you still have a channel?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, let's see it. What's your channel called?
It's just called Patrick Auld now, but if you type in staple mug... That's what it was called originally.
Staple mug.
One word, yeah.
Like, one word. I'll just chuck that in. Hopefully it comes up.
Maybe just go one word, yeah.
It's pretty... Staple mug.
Staple mug.
Why is it... Yeah, there you are. Is that you?
Yeah, nah. Staple cup.
Bro, you have 615 subscribers.
Yeah, man.
That's unreal.
I haven't put a video up on there
So, like, are these where all your NBA videos are?
Yeah, so if you go back...
Oh, dude. Yeah, the Kobe Show HD.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's Kobe Bryant.
I still am a huge Kobe fanboy, like, absolutely.
Yeah, my friend's a massive Kobe fanboy. He's got like, he's listening. I know he listens to every podcast, so you know who you are, but he's got this framed picture of Kobe Bryant. It's like an NBA card.
Oh, that's mad.
Dude, I keep threatening to steal it and like shit on it or something.
His life just crumbled.
Oh man. Dude, alright, so this is all your editing.
Yeah, so I just used to just download like clips off YouTube and then just, you know, piece them together.
So that's how you got started with it?
Yeah, it's just a hobby.
So when did you kind of transition to filming, like actually doing your own filming?
Yeah, so filming, I'd never filmed anywhere. Actually, at first I was like, thought I'd never wanted to do filming. I was like, I like editing, but like filming, like fuck that.
Yeah. That's funny. Usually it's the opposite. Usually people love filming and then they get to editing, they're like, fuck this.
Yeah, for sure. So then when I was in Canada, when I was at camp, they had like a really good video team there, like made some epic videos. I was like, I remember my first season, I was like, oh my God, this is insane. Like really like cinematic. I was like, fuck, like, is this like, like a proper team doing this and all that kind of thing? And then I think I knew a couple of them had left that team and I was coming back the next season. So I messaged the director of the camp and I said, hey man, like, I can edit some videos. Like, is there, I can, that can be
small.
That can be my job next year. Come back to camp. And he was like, yeah, for sure. And so, yeah, that was the first time I'd filmed anything. And it was not on a camera, pretty similar to that actually. One of the boys who was also on the team had a camera. I didn't have a camera. And yeah, so that was the first time I filmed and then I came home about a year later.
And you were like full on into it.
And I was like, yeah, fuck, I definitely want to like pick this back up.
Yeah, that's crazy. It always starts as a hobby, eh? Like I find a lot of people I know who get into sort of that sort of stuff, they sort of just do it like, kind of like what Kurt and I used to do with those stupid KM Shunts videos where we'd like film on our phone and we just do like comedy skits and shit.
Yeah.
And and then like some people kind of just get it and they're like, you kind of fuck around, but then some people are like, no, this is literally like, I want to do this. This is sick.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I've had chats with you about potentially doing some comedy skits and shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, I reckon that'd be so much fun.
Oh, man, I'd love to.
Because have you been really into, have you been watching TikToks?
A little bit, yeah. Dude, I kind of want to do something, to be honest.
Fucking hate myself. Bro, I literally wrote in my book.
I really want to do one.
I wrote my notebook the other day to talk about on the podcast. I was like, I literally wrote down, like, if you're over the age of 24, don't fucking make a TikTok, you fucking loser. And all these people, like, there's a couple of, like, people who run their own businesses. Like, I follow, like, there's a couple dietitians or whatever that do, like, they've transitioned into TikToks and they're like,
really?
They're like 28 years old and they're doing, like, those things where you, like, point at that stuff. Like, bro, you're 28. What are you doing? But then in my head, how you transition, you come full circle and you become what you hate.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, eventually you become...
Like,
I look at me, dude. Like, hey, what douchebag boxes do I tick? Oh, I'm a vegan, so I'm a huge piece of shit. I just started doing CrossFit, so I'm an even bigger piece of shit. And to top it off, I run my own podcast.
Oh,
bro,
my
I'm
God.
a douche nozzle. Like,
you're literally the perfect example of inner city hermit.
Literally, man. I fucking hate myself.
Man, there's stereotypes for a reason. Like, seriously. Nah, but like, fuck, man. If you like it, and like all those things you're doing are like, really, if you step back and look at them, they're all like hugely positive things.
Yeah,
like,
100%. I mean? Like you try to. Like my biggest aim with this is just to make it as positive as possible and just listen to like shit chat. Like I have so many people that message me and they're like, I said this in the last podcast. I said so many people means like more than normal, and normal is nothing. So many means like 3. But they're like, I just love listening to the shit chat. And I was like, dude, that's so awesome. Many people hate listening to my shit chat at work. Because I just keep fucking talking. I don't stop, man. It sucks.
Nah, it's good, man. Well, this is the perfect outlet for that.
Oh, definitely. Well, I mean, I can't, like, I look at my talents. Like, I can't sing. I can't dance. I can't play an instrument.
You look like shit.
I look like shit. What do? I'll just talk, and it works.
So, like, because I was actually, like, I was just looking at that before, and, like, I've also, like, even before seeing that, like, I've actually been, like, probably meaning to say this for a while, but, like, I've been really, like, inspired and impressed by how much you've stuck with this and like really like, dude, you branded it and you're really on it. Like, bro, it's fucking awesome, man.
I'm surprised that I've stuck to it. I honestly, I'm so surprised. I think I like say it all the time. I think it's because I genuinely like it.
Yeah.
Like, man, it literally like, that's why I started, last week when I had Nick on the podcast, that's why when you messaged me, I was like, yes, like that'd be sick. Like, I always tried to go, like, I'll try and get, people on the podcast who are doing something, like, not saying you're not doing anything, but that are doing something specific. And then in my head, like, I had Nick on last week and it was so much fun. I was like, why don't I just get my mates on?
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Literally, I said it on the previous one. I was just like, all my mates are fucking hilarious. Like, so funny. Like I said on the last podcast, like that time when we were at Mitch's place and you and I were laughing so hard at Maisie because we called him a 30-year-old year 5.
Not even a kindergartner.
He had a backpack on, just walking
Trackies.
around. And it was nothing. It was literally like the dumbest thing. And I just
Dumbest
remember
joke.
looking at you and being like, what the fuck? And when we went to Lowe's, remember when we went to Lowe's and we had to get a party shirt?
Yeah.
And the lady's like, it was just like so, because we were in Coffs Harbour.
Yeah.
And like nobody gives a fucking Coffs Harbour. The lady, we're like, do you sell party shirts here? She's like, yeah, they're in the back. And we're like, can you go get them? And she's like,
Can you go get all of them?
You can. And we're like, what? She's like, yeah, there's a ladder in there. Just go climb the ladder. And you're like, climbing the ladder. And we're like, should we be in here? This thing's, it's literally says staff only.
There was like boxes of like cash, like the tills were in there.
Yeah,
like
tills
there
were
was
in
just
there.
stuff everywhere.
Bro, it was so cash. I was like, what is going on, man? Oh, dude. Hey, I forgot to say, we didn't even rate this.
Oh yeah.
We didn't give it, so out of 10, bro. So we're going back to the Bentspoke Brewing Co. Barley, Griffin, Canberra Pale Ale.
in a soup can.
In a fucking soup can. I'll put it up in a soup can. What do we give it, man? I actually like this one. I thought it was quite nice.
It is.
I mean, I'm hungover and I didn't want to throw up after it. So
That's a 10.
Yeah.
That's a 10 in my book. Man, but do you have like
well, I usually do.
criteria?
Yeah, like you can't give out a perfect 10. There's no perfect beer. I mean,
There isn't really.
there really isn't. So I think the highest I've ever given is like an 8. We gave Parrot Dog Brewing last podcast. We gave them an 8, and it was unreal. It was
What sort of
really
beer
nice.
was it? Like a.
It was a pale ale. So it was a pale ale, and I don't know. It was just like a perfect mix of like, you know how sometimes you have an ale and it's too fruity.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're drinking like soft drink, like flat soft drink.
Yeah.
It was a perfect combination of like a normal sort of bitter beer and just a little bit of a tinge of like a sweetness. So yeah, I reckon for this one, man. Look, I'm gonna go probably the fact that I reckon I could drink these fairly frequently, but I'm going to downside it because of I don't like that.
Me either. I don't like that.
I don't
at
like
all.
it. So I'm gonna give it a 6.2.
I was gonna say probably a 6.5. I think.
6.5?
Yeah.
Okay, so we give the Bentspoke, Barley, Griffin, Canberra Pale Ale, we give that a 6 point... I'm going to go with you, 6.5. I think that's
Overall?
probably too harsh. Yeah, overall, harsh? Too harsh.
That's too harsh. It's too
Yeah.
harsh, man. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, the can's
He's feeling out the can. Yeah, dude, and that's sharp too. That
Yeah, that's
you could
dangerous.
Fuck your lip up. Alrighty.
The thing I find with pale ales is like what you said, if you can see yourself drinking them a lot, because I find if a pale ale, I can't imagine myself having like 10 in a night.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Like, well, that's the
'cause
thing.
It'll
Like,
just fuck you up. But
yeah.
It's like a lager. You can think, I could have 10
like,
of them.
or yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you can drink golds. I can't remember for that Australia Day party. I think we all drank like literally 30 golds, and it was fine. Like, you could drink them all.
That wasn't fun. I felt like shit.
Oh, I think I put like 3 in a beer bong, and that was just game over, man.
Oh,
It went in, and then it's just
just that white,
straight back
that
up.
white froth.
Yeah, bro. It
Oh.
was just. I felt like the top of the, you know, when you pour a beer and the head overflows.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
my gut, man.
that was your mouth.
Yeah. Alrighty. Have you down that, big
Yeah.
dog? Alrighty, here we go. We've got the Pirate Life Brewing. What do we got here? This is the IPA. I think it's just the Pirate Life IPA. That's all it is.
Cool.
This one's a stronger one. So this is 1.9 standard drinks, and it's 6.8. So this will be pretty strong, but it is an IPA, so that makes sense. So Pirate Life, give it a go. I like the can design for this one.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker for light blue. That's a good crack. It's good to know we're back to normal can. Oh shit, the Colonial's the same damn lid.
We've
man.
got another one. Another soup.
Yeah, so another. Oh, that's very
Oh,
dark.
it's a bit darker.
Yeah, dude.
It looks good.
Do you like dark? Like, do you like it dark? Do you like it dark?
I do like dark beers for sure. Like, I mean, man,
Yeah,
to be
you
honest
look
with
like the kind of guy that would love a dark beer.
I will
You
drink.
look like the kind of guy that would love a dark beer inside him.
And then, as long as it doesn't come, as long as it stays inside me, I'm happy. As long as it doesn't come back
Just
out.
stays inside you. Yeah, so all right, let's give this one a go. Cheers, brother.
Cheers,
Number
man.
2, let's go.
Cheers.
We'll try and actually do a good review this time. That is a dark beer, my friend. Dude, that's you can tell that's a strong beer. You know those beers you go, you know when you go to the pub and you're like, can I have your strongest beer?
Yeah, this
and
is
they
something
go,
they
like crack a can open that just looks like death. that's the can, man.
Oh man.
It's like, I mean, it depends what you're drinking for. I guess like if I was at a brewery, like if I was at Felons where I know I'm paying like excuse me, I know I'm paying like $15 for a pint, I'd cop that because, you know, you can just probably drink like 3 of those and be all good for the night.
100%.
But I think, you know, if you're just having a chilled arvo, man, I would not rate that.
Or you're having it with some food or something.
Dude, it tastes heavy. Like it
does. Man, like, smell it.
Yeah.
Smell it like you can. It's like it singes, like it really singes. Oh man,
my nostrils are gone.
But it's strong, but it's also like a little bit fruity.
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, dude. I don't know.
It's a bit harsh.
I don't like it, man. I don't like it at all. It tastes like pure gasoline.
Yeah, it honestly does taste a bit. A little bit chemically. That does say. One thing I find with beers, I don't know if anyone else gets this. I'd actually be fascinated to hear if anyone else has this, but sometimes if I have a beer, my nose will get blocked up.
That never happens to me, dude.
And I think it's like some weird allergy to some sort of preservative.
Yeah, dude. There was a podcast I was listening to, and they were like talking about weird allergies. And this dude, I think it was on Hamish and Andy. It was like ages ago, man. I'm talking like when I was like 12 years old, and I used to listen to Hamish and Andy. And one dude said his ears, once he had 3 beers, and he got a little bit drunk, his ears would block.
Wow.
Like and he said it.
Well, it's like, a similar thing like sinus, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I guess. Yeah. Well, is it because? Now, don't quote me on this because I'm a fucking idiot. But there's the vestibular. Do you know what a vestibular is? No. Okay, so vestibular is the thing that kind of keeps you. Like your inner ear balance thing. Yeah, kind of like it's kind of like what's it called? Because being drunk is like a vestibular I'm retarded.
So, as in being drunk is when your vestibular is affected.
Yeah, it's a vestibular
centric.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Vestib.
I see you very quickly went to VIS.
Yeah,
past V.
Symptoms.
Just so nothing
vestibule.
Weird.
There we go. It's a vestibular disorder.
The way you spell that.
Dude, I told you.
Vestibular.
Okay, so there you go. So vestibular is like vertigo and stuff like that. So that's why like, you know, when you drink, you kind of get that weird, like you're thrown off a bit. It's it's a vestibular disorder. Dude, I can't believe I remembered that.
That's fascinating.
That is fascinating. So yeah, whenever because I was like, that's crazy because it's like one of the number one things that gets affected when you drink. So, you know, why you're like, 100%, dude. I was walking around this morning, dude, and I was pretty hungover this morning, and I just went to get a coffee, and I was literally walking around, and I was like, I feel like I'm not sober enough to even walk around. Like, you know, when you're hungover and you're in public, and you're
you feel like you might just collapse.
Yeah, and you're just like, and you feel like everyone's watching you and being like, what the fuck's this dude's problem? He looks lost.
Yeah.
I'm walking around and I always, whenever I'm hungover, I always wear really shit clothes.
Oh yeah.
Like I was walking around, like not saying these are shit, but like I was walking around and I just had thongs on and these, and I got a massive hole in my pants as well that I didn't realize.
Oh no,
dude! I literally saw a mother grab her child and hold him closer because as I was walking past.
Fucking hell.
Don't go near the bad man.
You're well known in these parts.
Oh man. What was it? We were talking about. We were having so Paddy had a problem when he was buying the beers because I'm poor and the podcast isn't giving me enough money. So Paddy had to shout the beers. And what happened, Paddy?
So I went to pay for the beers, and so to give everyone a little context, so my bank card, the tap doesn't work. It melted. Like I left it on my car seat.
It melted.
Well, the car got all warped, and ever since then the tap hasn't worked.
Is that why it's like in pieces?
And it also snapped as well because I was actually showing someone the warping the other day, and I was like, yeah, look, it's all warped, and I tried to bend it back and it broke. Anyway, so I have to insert this card to pay. I can't just tap. So anyway, was buying these beers, put the card in, and then it was, you know, processing transaction, whatever. And then she said, "Oh, do you want your receipt?" And I thought that meant that it had gone through, and I was like, "Yeah, all good." And I was like, "No, all good. I need a receipt." So I took the card out and it said transaction cancelled. So I was like, "Oh, sorry, my bad." So I put it back in and paid for it again. Or, you know, paid for it what I thought was for the first time. Yeah. And then anyway, I get back up and I got a little notification from my bank saying that it had gone through twice. And so anyway, I called the place and when they said, yeah, we just come back in with the beers and we can just refund you them, just the one time, so you get that one transaction back. So anyway, had to go walk back in, which was already in itself was just.
And then what happened when you got in there?
So, get in there and I said, hey.
You pretty much shut down the whole store, man.
This transaction that just completely broke this store. Like, they did not know how to deal with it at all. This one guy was trying to do it for about 10 minutes, had to pass it off to some older guy who then had to pass it off to this original girl who served me, and finally got it through. And then to make matters worse, I was there for probably a good 10 to 15 minutes waiting.
I know, because I was sitting here. I was literally sitting here like this with no one there, just twiddling my thumbs.
There were people lined up behind me. The guy had to call in like 2 extra staff. There was staff coming out of the woodwork to serve all this.
Oh, Derek, the guy that lives in the basement, was like, oh, what? There's a refund.
So anyway, but then there was someone I knew. So I saw someone I knew and hadn't seen in ages. I've forgotten their name. I hope she doesn't either, because she'll know who she is.
She's probably an avid.
No, I do know her name now because the person she was with eventually said her name as they were leaving, Danny. So I haven't seen her in years, and she was. I saw her behind me, and she wasn't in line yet, but I just saw her like near the till area, and I was like, oh, like I know her. And then, but I thought I'd be long gone by the time she came up to line up. But obviously, as you know, I was there for 15 minutes. So she came up and was lining up behind me, holding this huge case of beer, and I was there waiting, and the guy kept being like, oh man, I'm sorry it's taking so long, and I felt that I should turn around and say, oh, I'm really sorry. Do you want me to hold that case of beer?
Do the old net, when you're playing tennis and you hit the net. All right.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
All right.
Sorry, guys. But because I was like, I can't remember her name, so I didn't want to turn around and talk to her. So I was just trapped there, like feeling like I should say sorry to them for making them wait for so long and hold this case of beer, but I didn't want to turn around and look. And I could feel her looking at me, obviously recognizing me as well.
Isn't it funny that you can feel people when they're looking at you?
It was fucked.
It's such a primitive sort of thing, eh? You can feel it.
Yeah, you definitely can. You can always, when you're like staring at someone and they suddenly turn around and like of all the places they could look, suddenly they turn around and see you, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's like people can tell.
Dude, I love when I catch people. Okay, so I'm at the point in my life where I don't give a fuck anymore, and it's like, as in like what people kind of think. And you know what the ultimate power move is? What? Like, okay, so when you catch someone looking at you, or like you're looking at them and they catch you looking at them.
Yeah.
You don't look away. Dude, you know how fucked that would be if I was like, if you're looking at me and I was just like,
and then obviously I'm gonna look away, but I can still feel you.
And I can still feel you, like,
and then I'm like, oh,
the heat from my eyes is hitting you in the face,
boring
man.
into my face.
Oh, dude,
that is a power move. But then you're saying it also works if you're the person staring.
I caught them. And then you just get and they look away.
But what happens if someone catches you? Then you keep staring at them, and is that a power move as well?
Yeah, I look closer. Dude, one of the things I was worried about when you said, "Oh, I want to come on the podcast," I was like, "Sick," but we can't do because you and I have dickloads of inside jokes.
Yeah, and they're fucking shit.
I remember when we were going to Coffs, and you were driving to Kia's mum's house.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't, obviously you all don't know, but Patty and I do this thing where we lock eyes with each other and then we look away and point at something different, and we try and make it look like it's dude. Now that I say it out loud, it's fucking stupid.
So stupid.
And anyway, so Patty is driving past Kia's mum's house, and Kia's mum's there, and Kia's mum gives a wave, and Patty looks her dead in the eye and then looks away because he's looking at me, and now the mum thinks Patrick's a piece of shit.
I didn't wave back.
Oh man.
Oh well, it all stems from Maisie to bring him up.
Yeah,
again.
see, I didn't realize that joke came from him, and then but I kind of just fucking
just took it around.
Yeah,
right. We've grown it. We've cultivated it into something bigger than it ever was. But Maisie, his thing was like if you were hanging out with him, he would stare at you. He would turn and stare. If you're all watching a movie, perfect example, you're all watching a movie, you're all facing one way, he turns and he stares at you. And you can feel him, and you turn and look at him, and he immediately looks back at the movie. And then so you look back at the movie, and then he'll turn and look at you again.
It's actually like, what's fucked, dude? Like,
so much.
That's the worst thing. There's like little inside jokes, like with kids at school, they do like that sort of shit as well. And like in my head, I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. But I have to be like, don't do that.
Stop it.
behave, mate. Is that how you should be behaving? And in my head, I'm like, I did 10
That's
times
hilarious.
worse than my mate. It was like, what was a game? Curtis and I had this game at school, and a couple of the other boys, like Luke and stuff, where we used to sneeze on each other.
Oh, no.
You used to just look at them in the face and be like, yes! Just sneeze. And I remember the teachers literally had to have a talk with us about why you shouldn't sneeze on each other.
As if it's not obvious.
There's this other thing we did at school too, where you know you had like whenever you had like math and then science, like two of the most textbook heavy subjects, you'd see a mate just walk into class with heaps of textbooks and he just smash his textbooks onto the ground. Why?
That's poor.
Why? That's literally something that if I saw a kid do that at school, I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And in my head, I'd be like, "Well, I did that.
Fair enough.
Makes sense. Checks out."
One game we used to play at school was you'd spit on each other's shoes, but if you got it on their pants, they got to kick you in the ass.
You started playing that at Falls.
Yeah, we brought it back.
You spat on Kurt's foot. He didn't even have shoes on. He had thongs on. You spat on his foot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Basically, if it got on their their pants or any other part of their body except for their shoes, they could kick you in the ass as hard as they wanted. But like it was.
Why?
Oh, it was a hilarious game. So it was like a risk. Like if you got someone really good from like far away, like you just like iron them off and you just pop one up, it lands right on their shit. Like everyone,
dude, yeah, because you have the most accurate spit.
Yeah, it's all
like
from
it's
that.
just like choo.
It was fucking like forged in the
what
battles.
What school did you go to?
St. Peter's.
Oh, it checks out.
So it's
Is that all boys school?
Spit known for its spit heavy curriculum. No.
spit heavy curriculum.
No. Well, you said it checks out.
Yeah, it checks out.
No, it's a co-ed school.
Oh, co-ed.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Luckily, although I was going to say the girls were involved in the game, obviously, but
hilarious.
At one point, there was some collateral damage.
There was some Oh no! Oh, no.
Yeah, this is probably like the height of the spitting game time. This one guy who taught me that weird spitting technique. He was like I don't even know how he was like the king. He was like the master. His name was Sonny. Anyway,
Sensei.
We're all like hanging around, like not just the boys, the girls as well, but that like one girl had her shoe off for some reason, like so she was just sitting there like off, and he just like he wasn't really. I don't think he was really hanging out with us, like, but he just poked his head around the corner. I just like saw him just poke his head around the corner. He just like saw the shoe and immediately just like spat, and it landed like right in.
Can I stop you for 2 seconds?
Yeah,
I just realised that camera's not on.
Oh. Has it been recording at all?
I hope so. Keep
going. Yeah, so he spat and it landed right in the middle of this, right in this shoe, like just landed inside of it.
Yeah.
And like I like looked back with joy, like to like congratulate him on this amazing, and he was just gone. He just vanished, just sprinted off.
No.
So that was the only time that the girls were kind of involved. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, dude. There's always that's the bit where collateral damage is always where shit gets out of hand. I remember at uni.
Yeah.
At uni, my mates got kicked out of the chute. Because
fucking hell, kicked out of a shoot.
Yeah, dude. We were doing like a practical shoot and like, you know, for PE. And it was like we were playing M-ball or some game. Like you had to, and anyway, we're throwing a vortex at each other, and like throwing it at each other, fine. We're copping balls to the, excuse me. We're copping vortexes to the face and stuff. But then one of the girls like just walked out to set some of the gear up.
Oh no!
And dude just cop the vortex straight to the back. Like she was cool about it, but dude, the tutor just lost his
really
shit. Dude, and he was a fucking weirdo too.
Wait. So the girl that got hit was a student?
No. She was another
tutor.
Another uni student. Like
yeah, that's what I mean. Like another uni student. Yeah. What the fuck?
And she was like mates with us, so she like kind of brushed it off. And then this dude just lit us on fire.
Wow.
Like, and literally, I think he kicked one of my mates like fully out of the tube. It was like, wow. Get out.
What was his reasoning like?
Oh, I don't know, man. He was a weird dude.
Wow.
Like he was, I think he was like he used to do this thing right where he would go, where he'd like start talking about something like, okay, so I'm him at the moment, and he'll be like, yeah, so let me get in character.
Yeah.
So he'd go, yeah, guys. So today we're gonna.
I can't. I'm just gonna look my head.
No. This is what he does. Look at me.
Okay.
He goes, so today, guys, we're gonna do an activity. And then he He'd start laughing like halfway through his sentence, but he doesn't laugh at a joke.
Do it
He'd be
again.
like, oh, like I'll do it in some real life context. So I'll be like, oh, so we're reviewing Pirate Life IPA.
What the fuck?
Dude, literally, and he'd just start laughing, and like you'd have to check if he's like, I thought he had like lung cancer or something, man. He was like short of breath all the time.
How old
But
is this guy?
Dude, old as fuck. He was he was
okay.
maybe like 50 years old.
And he was a tutor.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess so. Someone's tutor's a
Yeah,
lecturer.
dude, it was real weird. Like, and I don't know, man. I didn't get on with him too well, but he was like, he always tried to be like one of the boys, and you're like, no, thank you.
Fuck, doesn't sound like he's been one of the boys when he kicked you guys out for throwing the
Yeah,
vortex
not
around.
one of the boys, man.
Yeah,
Dog
what the
move.
fuck?
All right, what are we giving?
Well, actually, sorry, quickly, just before.
Yeah.
Do you think that now they know his age, it's probably less likely? But I was going to say maybe he like, I don't know, had something for that student, and maybe he was like, oh, I'm going to stand up for her and kick these motherfuckers, MFers out.
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised, man. There was
Maybe,
this
I
tutor
don't
there. I didn't have him. He was a lecturer, but he used to be a massive creeper. He used to like email personally like the girls and the toots and stuff like that. It'd be real weird, and all the girls were sus, and then he like mysteriously just like vanished from uni.
Okay.
And we were like,
jail.
when someone yeah,
He's in
we were
jail.
like, where the fuck is he? All right, brother, what are we giving? Pirate Life Brewing IPA, what are we giving it? I thought it sucked. That was so hard to get through. I mean, okay, it didn't suck, like it was drinkable, but I think for the circumstances that we're in, it's midday, it's 2:30. So it's proper drinking time, but I don't know, bro. I didn't rate it that much.
See, for that one, I see it as a good option when let's say you're out drinking with your mates. You've started off by having a few beers, and then everyone's getting pretty fucked up, and everyone else is moving on to spirits.
But you don't
want spirits.
Excellent.
That's a good way to keep up.
All right, cool. So, all right, no, I'm
But
good.
that's good.
I would agree.
Yeah. But
So-
I mean, there's plenty of strong beers, so that's not really necessarily.
Okay. Circumstances aside, what are we going? Just on flavour alone. What do we got?
Or for flavour, probably have to go for like a 5.
5?
At best,
I
I
was
reckon.
gonna go 4.
Yeah.
A 4. Not bad. Like I don't want that to sound like we're shitting on it. It's a good beer. Just for me personally, it was really just I don't know. It didn't have. It just tasted heavy.
Yeah, and just a little bit sort of like harsh.
Yeah,
it wasn't super smooth.
Yeah, that's it. I like an IPA because I know an IPA is usually the stronger, but I like an IPA that tastes like it's not that strong. You know what I mean? But it still gets you there. No,
Yeah.
excellent. Love it. Alrighty.
So
Next
we're
one.
averaging out that at a 4.5.
I'll go 4.5.
4.5,
I'll agree with you
cool.
there, dude. 4.5 for that one. Excellent. Alrighty, next one up. I'm so
Alright.
pissed off that camera wasn't working.
I'm gonna go for this one. So it wasn't on at all.
No, I turned it on for a bit and then it just dude, I'm still learning.
I'm still learning.
Yeah,
about
dude.
the cameras.
I'm still struggling a bit. Oh yeah.
So we've got the Feral Brewing Co. Biggie Juice. So it's kind of got like that Biggie Smalls thing with the crown on. It's kind of got like a pig in the place of that. I don't know if is that insulting.
Yeah,
or?
I think I've had this one before, but bro.
Yeah, fucking hell.
What have you done? Holy shit.
Nah, it'll come
Great
good.
pour.
It'll come good, I promise.
To be fair, that those pop top ones, they poured pretty well. Like there's probably no point in pouring it. Like it literally comes in a cup, but So this one here, I can already kind of tell from this one. I reckon it'll be quite fruity because how you can tell by the color, like it's
a bit cloudy.
Dude, yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's got this is the Mr. Miyagi you wanted to pick up.
Yeah.
This is the kind of color. It looks very much like juice. It actually looks like pineapple juice.
It does. I love pineapple juice as well.
All right,
Cheers,
number
mate.
3, brother. Let's go. Yeah, it's all right. It's not as fruity as I thought.
It doesn't have much of an aftertaste.
No, it's very it's almost like water.
Muted. It's
Yeah.
muted.
I wonder what's the most predominant flavor you get as an aftertaste for beer? Like, what is the flavor? Like, what is that ingredient? Is it hops? Like, is
I've honestly got no idea.
yeah, dude. It's
absolutely no idea.
like I wish I knew more about beer. You know what I need to do? I need to do one of these with like an actual beer expert. Because I feel like it's kind of bad. Like I hope no one actually takes us seriously with these reviews.
Oh, I hope
oh
not.
yeah, it's a 4. It's like, oh, that was the greatest beer in Australia last year. That was sick.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, like this doesn't apply to this beer, but this sounds really weird. This is something I've never really told anyone, but because I've always thought it was a bit weird. But some really cloudy kind of fruity beers give me this aftertaste of like, it's gonna sound fucked up, but like PVC glue. You know, like, did you ever eat the glue when you were like, when you were in like preschool?
No.
With like the paddle pop stick and like that white like.
I never ate glue. This makes a lot of sense, bro.
I used to love that.
That's why you tune out of sentences halfway through. Like, yeah, so this week, this weekend.
Glue? Got glue?
You're that kid that
used to eat the glue.
Dude, literally, there was this kid I went to school with, man, and he used to do, did you ever remember with the glue sticks how you'd touch the top of the glue stick and then you'd rub your fingers and you'd do spider webs over the thing? Dude, we had this kid, man, I reckon he was a proper psychopath. Like, I don't know where he is now, but if he was in jail, I'd be like, fair enough. Dude, he used to take the lids off all the glue sticks in the classroom. You know how your teacher would bring like glue sticks? Yeah. He used to take the glue sticks off. The glue lids off the glue sticks every time. And he'd fucking like make those spiderweb things over the lids, but then he'd keep them in his tidy tray. Ooh. Bro, one time I went up to him, I can't remember what his name is. I think his name was literally Chad. And dude, and this kid, I got more story about it. I don't know if his name's Chad, to be honest. I think Chad's just like coming in.
It sounds like a Neville or something.
Yeah, or like a he sounds
Jackson
like
or something.
Nah, not a Jackson. Or like Jackson with an X.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Jackson.
But that name didn't exist when we were kids. That was like, okay, anyway. But I once went over to him. I was like, yo, Chad, can I borrow a pen, dude? Like, you know how you used to borrow your texters? Yeah, I was like, can I borrow a texter? And he's like, yeah, of course. And he opens up his tidy tray. Bro, there is 500 lids with spider webs over the top of them. And I was like, you have 3 pens and 500 glue lids.
A little bit out of balance. Stationary's out of balance.
He was like fucking Smeagol with it. He's like, my pressure. Dude, but this guy...
Probably still got him.
Dude, this kid used to bring like, you know those big tubs of yogurt? Dude, he used to bring a tub of vanilla yogurt to school every day and just
finish it.
Dude, he would finish it. Man, his shits would just be leakage. Like,
dude, you know what fucking yogurt and glue has in common? Especially the PVC glue out of the fucking that bottle.
Fucked up kids eat it.
Nah, but it's got a similar texture. Sometimes a similar flavor.
Dude,
he just liked glue and yogurt.
I could understand sniffing glue, but eating it.
Oh, dude, the PVC glue looks delicious, man. Are you serious? Like eating it with like the paddle pop stick, like. Oh, dude. Even now, I'm like, that sounds amazing.
Do you want a bowl of chips, Patty? Nah, just a plate of glue and a paddle pop stick.
But yeah, anyway, sometimes I get that weird. I get some almost like a
we had a
gluey aftertaste from beer.
Look, I can't say I've eaten glue, nor do I know the brands of glue that you've eaten.
You drink it, but yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, I wondered. It's like a moussey type texture. Hey, it's pretty heavy.
Do you reckon you drink mousse or you eat mousse?
Dude, I had this conversation with someone the other day. I was like,
about mousse.
I was like, no, about yogurt. I was like, do you drink yogurt or do you eat it?
It's hard because it's like...
Because every action, besides the spoon action... Every action would involve drink. Like, how many times do you...
But it's the same with soup. You have the spoon action with soup. You'd say, do you drink soup?
You drink soup.
Yeah, you drink
liquid.
soup.
It's predominantly liquid.
Soup. But then it's like... The same way that soup can have all this stuff in it that you have to chew on.
Yeah,
same
like chowder. Then there's chowder, the heaviest of all soups.
Exactly. Or pumpkin soup.
Bro.
And like yogurt can have little things like berries in it, which you have to then chew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So some yogurts, you can chew. Like, if there's someone that chews vanilla yogurt, you're fucked up.
That kid definitely did.
Yeah, bro. He sat there like... There's nothing. It's liquid. What are you doing?
He was like, yeah, it's just like gum. You just keep it in your...
Patrick, what are you chewing? Are you chewing gum? No, I'm chewing glue. Could you imagine? Dude, I remember in school, bro, because I used to... like every time I'd be like, I don't want to go to class. I was like, fuck it. I'd just do laps around the school, or I'd go like hang out with the teacher I liked. And I'd go back to my class. And you know the one excuse that no teacher ever, as a bloke, no teacher will ever question you?
Hang on.
Have a think.
You had a hard on and you had to leave class.
Oh, no. How do you have a hard on for 70 minutes? I suppose as a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, dude. I used to look at trees and be like, oh, look at the curves on that tree. Like, okay, what's the one excuse that no one's gonna ask any questions? Like, as a bloke, because you can't, like, chicks gonna say, "Oh, I got my period," and then teacher's like, "Whoa, okay, cool, that's
I don't
fine."
know. You got like a gooch issue or
No,
something. I
dude,
don't know.
you look him dead in the eye and you go, "I had diarrhea." What teacher's gonna ask you? Did you really have diarrhea?
Where's the evidence?
Let me see. If you don't have shundies, I'm fucking giving you detention.
Shundies. Fuck. Oh man, dude, I've got the worst ever like undie story.
Go.
Didn't happen to me, but my mate.
Yeah,
Jack McGuire.
Your mate.
If you're listening, Jack McGuire. This I think he's
called him
also
out.
he's going to
You pretty
become
much doxed him.
He's going to become a politician. I think one day.
Oh, well, what are you
Dude,
doing?
he's been on like hack and shit, like being
Oh,
interviewed and
fuck.
shit.
Well, now he's
Great
on
guy.
the City
He's a
Herald.
great guy. But
He's
anyway,
made the plummet downwards.
This begins his downfall now. But he we were at I don't think I was even there, but I just heard about it so many times. But we were at what was like oh hello. Yeah, we're at Oh Hello. Anyway, and we were all fucked up, but he went into the bathroom and apparently he like sat down and take a shit and was no, like as in on the toilet, not just like
It's on the floor.
He was-
you can't do that here.
He was doing everything right. He sat down, take a shit in the cubicle on the toilet, and then obviously it's like his pants around his ankles.
Yeah.
And then like apparently he passed out, and then woke up and vomited all in his pants. Apparently. Yeah.
The undies just caught.
He had Vundies. Yeah, imagine being
Could you imagine if he didn't realise that he pulled his pants up? He pulled his pants up real quick and just...
A bit of it like popped up onto his stomach and like chest. Like, oh, what was that? But yeah, apparently he just ran out. He pulled him up and just sprinted out.
Oh, shit.
Because there's no coming back from that.
Oh, no, you fucked
There's
up.
nothing you can do. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. You have to go
I was
home.
about to say, have you
Oh,
ever,
fuck.
you know how sometimes when you sit down, like really quick, and you're like, oh shit, and
Where is this going?
sometimes, like, you know, when you poo, like you got to pee as well,
Every time.
and then, dude, like you're so concentrating on the poo part when you pee, the pee goes up underneath the seat, and
Yeah, yeah, that's happened to me. He goes underneath the seat and between the seat and the bowl. Yeah, that's the fucking worst. And you don't realise for so long because it's like dribbling down.
Like, why are my feet wet?
That's the worst.
Oh man, yeah, literally, dude. I just like those moments. And then what do you do if you're in a club? What do you do?
You gotta go home.
You have to go home.
I think a bit of pee on the pants is fine, but like because it's dark, but like vomit all in on it. There's you
Dude,
fucked.
what would you do with the undies?
I think he pulled them back up and he wore it out. Like I'm assuming he tried to get as much out of it as he could,
Just cup them and throw.
but it's still gonna be like
Fuck. I knew this podcast had turned to piss and poo.
something.
Hi, I'm Paddy. Yeah, I do a videography. Here's some stories about shitting
And
myself.
And the thing I find most funny is poo.
Oh man, you have to like that. I can't like literally. I'm still waiting for the day where pee and poo aren't funny.
It's never gonna happen.
I don't think it is.
It's
man.
hilarious.
The older, like I'm getting older and older, and I find it more funny now. Like as like maybe an 18-year-old, I was like, but I don't know. Maybe it was because you were kind of like suppressing it. You're like, nah.
It's almost like a wave. Like when you're early teens, you think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And then you sort of go thinking like, no, like I'm above that.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
like you don't like it. And then like now it's like we said before, not caring. Like I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't
like,
give a
it's so
fuck.
funny.
I actually I gotta sometimes kind of check myself because like when I say I don't care, it's like I mean like you know I'll wear shit shirts and stuff. Like I used to wear we used to wear shit shirts. It's like a joke. Like this is funny. This is my shit shirt, dude. I'll wear an op shop shirt everywhere.
That's awesome.
Is it?
Nah, that's good.
Dude, some bloke definitely died in that shirt.
Oh, Do you have it here?
Yeah, it's in the wash.
Yeah,
Because I've worn it so much.
I wore it all term.
Yeah.
Now term's over. I wash it in the holidays. No.
Dude, I found a shirt in my desk the other day. So at school we have like sweatshirts. So you put the shirt on when you know you're gonna sweat. And but I never wash it.
That makes sense.
Dude, I literally put it on yesterday for the first time in ages, and it smelled like a car crash. It smelled like oil
And blood.
and just blood and tears.
Rubber.
I just cry into it.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's fucked.
Oh man.
But I think the reason that it, like, it's so funny, and I actually, we should talk about this, but, like, it's weird that, like, it's a part of your life that, like, is so, like, private, like, you know, like when you're taking your shit or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Pissing.
Well,
I mean, pissing maybe not, like, you know,
I was
because
just saying, man. I thought about it. It's the one time where you're literally by yourself,
fully alone, and like,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's not just because by chance. It's like no one is ever going to be there when you're taking shit.
No,
You know what I mean? Like,
and if they are, it's kind of fucked up.
yeah, exactly. So like, it's and that I think makes it like, when you joke about it, it sort of heightens that kind of like
Yeah.
the feeling around it. Like, it's because it's so like,
It's kind of like taboo.
yeah, sort of, yeah.
But like, that's the thing too, you know, with phones and stuff, right? You know, when you're a kid, like when you used to go to the toilet, like it used to be like, what did you have? You didn't have anything. You had to literally sit there and entertain yourself.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like nowadays, you don't even have, like, you could literally do thinking and shit while you were there. Like thinking and shit, literally.
Yeah.
But like you'd think about things, whereas now you're kind of just like, in a day, it's like, dude,
so bad.
my brother will go to the toilet and I won't see him for 45 minutes, man.
That's fucked.
Like he just sits there, like literally he gets so comfortable, and then he'll just like wake up like, oh fuck, that's right, I've been here for fucking 45 minutes.
Fuck. Yeah, man. Phones are literally like it's like a sedative.
They're the best thing ever and the worst thing ever.
Yeah, so true.
They are the perfect example of terrible and awesome in one thing.
Because it's like you're giving someone, like, the way I see it is like, you know, like if a parent's like ridiculously rich and they give their kids everything and then the kid's fucked.
Yeah.
It's like society like gives us these phones.
And we have everything.
Yeah, we have everything.
We
like,
literally have
like
everything.
it doesn't feel like we do anymore, but like really, like if you were from like, you know, the point where there was no phone to then getting what we have now, it'd be like getting everything.
Yeah. Well,
Like you
even
can
down
watch
to
video,
like,
like it's crazy.
even down to like school, man. Like, you know, when you were back in the day when you had a question, like, you know, and I'm not talking a question like, oh, what's this math problem mean? I mean, like, if you're like, well, you know, how many giraffes have like necks that are smaller than 3 feet?
Yeah.
Like a random question like that, and your teacher would be like, oh, well, let's go look at some books and look at some. Now you just like Google, fucking bang, there you go, you're done. Like,
You got it. Yeah.
you got it there. So it's kind of like, and I think it's so weird how we have, because I have this feeling like we have so much information on those phones, yet we're all stupid. You know what I mean? Like, not many people know too much.
Well,
because it's so accessible. Like, why would you need to know it if you could just look it up?
Well, because I think the answer to me, I think, is that like being smart or like wise maybe isn't knowing lots of things. It's knowing like how to think.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So like phones can give you the answer, but they don't teach you how to think.
Yeah, like I know
things,
so many people do. Like, I've got friends who are so smart and so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, they're the most intelligent people I've ever met. But on the street, they're so dumb, man. Like, they're so stupid. And then I've got other mates who are like, you know, not intellectually smart. Like, for example, like Luke, for example, like, you know, he never did OP or anything like that. But you put him on dude, he's so smart with like finance and everything like that.
Yeah.
But if you asked him, like, you know, write an essay, he'd be like,
Well, because there's so many different measures of intelligence.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Social intelligence. There's, you know, like,
I think social intelligence is definitely one of the best
to have.
Even down to like when and when not to tell a joke.
100%.
Yeah, there's so many people who, you know, I can probably get away with a lot of the jokes that I make because I make them at the right time. Like the timing of when I say things is
key.
Yeah, like for example, you know, like there's times where you know when to roast someone, and there's times when you go like probably wouldn't
not
do that, because I think that'll actually be like a touchy subject for them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so, and I think knowing that, because, and a lot of, I think it's because of phones, and I think it's because of like being able to instant message and all that. A lot of kids don't have that ability.
The social intelligence.
No, a lot of kids, they'll say something and be like, you know, why do they care about that? I was like, well, would you care if someone said that to you? They're like, oh yeah. I was like, well, do the math. Like, probably, you could probably say the same thing at a different time and it's okay, but because you said it right now and the circumstances that they're going through, it's probably a shit joke.
Well, I think, it's funny that you think that, so you think that phones have something to do with that, because like there's this psychological test you can do. You can do it online for free.
Yeah.
It's pretty much, it's to test not your overall social intelligence, but empathy is a big measure of your social intelligence. So it basically what it does is it gives you a close-up of eyes in black and white, and you have 4 options of what emotion you think that person is feeling. And it's like, it can be a little bit tricky. But anyway, so I think that the thing with phones, how it might affect that is people will comment on someone's thing, but they're not there with the person seeing that reaction for the person.
Yeah.
So they're losing that.
They're
not associating someone's eyes and someone's reactions with the comment. So then when they're in person, they're not developing their empathy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Like, I feel like a lot of conversation is dictated based on, facial cues.
Body language,
you can see if someone like me, who I kind of run a tightrope with a lot of the shit I say, you can tell immediately when you said something and if it actually hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah, or offended them.
And you can actually taper off a little bit. Like, there's been times where I've kind of said something and immediately I got a reaction from someone that, like, they probably didn't see it in the light that I saw it, because maybe they're like, it's fresh. Like, I could have said something about, I don't know, like whatever. But like, I could have said it at any other time, it would have been fine. But then I said it at that time and I could see in their face like, oh, fuck. Man, I've stood on something here.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the next.
But I mean, it's the most important thing there is being able to see what you've done right.
Exactly.
And then react.
Like, that's the thing I don't really understand when people like I'm one of these people where, like, when people like, I don't understand why they're offended. And it's like, well, I don't understand either, but it did offend them. So and there's nothing you can do besides be like, look, I fucked up. Like, I'm massive on it. I'm just like, I fucked up. That's my bad. I shouldn't have said that. And sorry, I can't take it back, but I genuinely can see that it hurt you. Sorry. And then, like, hopefully that's enough. But some people just will never, no, like, well, it didn't offend me. And it's like, well,
I think deep down, most people would, if they really had to analyze, they'd know why something offended someone. But I think it's like defense mechanism. They're trying to justify their own actions by being like, oh, but I don't know why they'd be offended by that.
And they want to be, like, I guess,
and that makes sense too.
Like, stubborn about it. Like, they're like, no, well, it's like, I didn't do anything wrong. And it's like, well,
yeah, exactly.
You might not have in your, like, because I got pretty thick skin. So when I say something, I'll be like, well, I could cop that back. But other people,
doesn't necessarily
you have
apply.
to kind of empathize with other people. All right, let's do it. I have my eyes on this one.
Should we review this one?
Yeah. Oh shit. What do we do? What do you reckon? So the Biggie juice. God, that pig is terrifying in this. Feral Brewing Co. IPA, East Coast IPA, Biggie juice. Dude, I don't mind that. I kind of judged it a bit harsh, and I love the can design. I actually choose, like, a lot of the times, like, for example, that Brewtiful Haze. Dude, that can design is unreal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, same with that. Inviting. The other one that we're doing is
this one.
Yeah, I love a good can design. Like, one thing, like, it literally, it's like Sailor Jerry. I don't really love Sailor Jerry, but man, the art and everything around Sailor Jerry makes me want to buy it.
Really?
Yeah, literally. Like, I'm 100%. Like, when my favorite street artist, Steen Jones, he did a bit of work for Sailor Jerry. Bro, I bought all their shit because I'd loved his work. And I was like, I didn't even like it that much, but I was like, the design of it's so good, I'll drink it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to give this one a 7. I liked it, actually. And it's an IPA. It's one of those IPAs, remember we spoke about how it's an IPA, but it doesn't taste like it's super strong.
How strong is this one?
This one is it says roll before opening. How weird. This one is a 6% alcohol, 1.8 cent drinks. So a lot of these, and that's a small can too, dude.
Well, that's the same size as this one. This one was the same strength.
That was 1.9.
That tasted way, so yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. That tasted so much heavier than this. So I like that one.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
going to go, what did I say it was? A 7.
What? Because I'm just trying to compare it with this one.
Can't be comparative.
But that one, yeah.
We did this last time. Me and Nick started comparing them. We had Parrot Dog, which is hands down one of the best beers I've ever had.
Wow.
And we kept comparing it to Parrot Dog. So we were literally just shitting on these other beers. Nah, not Parrot Dog. Fuck it.
2. Yeah, no, I agree with the 7 for sure.
All right,
I think that was good. The fact that I didn't realize it was so strong. It's so easy to drink.
Yeah, well, that's
really easy to
that
drink.
was good, and I love the can. So, yep, excellent.
My only downside was the lack of a strong aftertaste, but that might be a good thing for some people.
Yeah, exactly.
It tastes good, but the aftertaste is not much.
So this is from your mates Brewing Co. This is Larry Pale. I'm gonna give you a little view of the can there, because I like this can. It looks like it's got your standard rolled up shirt, dude. Kind of looks like you, bro.
What face is he pulling?
Alrighty, so this one is a pale ale again. I love the can design for this one. I love the bright yellow. It's Queensland from the sunny coast, so I'm definitely going to give it, I'll probably give it a favourite because it's a Queenslander.
What percentage is it?
4.5%, and it is 1.3 standard drink, so it's not that strong. I'm judging by like the can design. It's probably a beer you're probably designed to drink all day, so let's see how it goes. I really hope this one's one of the best because it's a Queenslander. And I think this is the first Queensland beer that we've actually done. Most of it's from New South Wales. So let's get this in.
And Canberra.
Yep, there we go. Get rid of the head.
So I've heard these things about beers that, like, for some beers, I don't know where I heard this, but like apparently pouring them up against a glass is actually not good.
Really?
And so you're supposed to sort of like you're supposed to almost like let sort of some of the beer, at least at the start, kind of like flood out because it does something with the chemicals and it properly like oxidizes it or some shit. Some weird thing. Anyway.
Okay, so cheers, brother. Number
Cheers,
4.
mate.
Let's go. Wow,
Oh, that is fucked up. Tastes like sweat.
Tastes like sweat.
It seriously does.
Ah, man. Like, here's my moment. I'm going to walk you through from when that beer went into my mouth. Is it? Ooh.
Ooh.
It had like a fruity... The taste of it started... So it's a little bit dark. It's darker than I thought it'd be considering its strength.
Yeah.
It's only 1.3, so I thought it'd be a little bit lighter. The first initial taste was nice, a little bit fruity.
It is nice.
And then after that, it kind of, like that aftertaste, I don't know what it is. Like this is the thing that kind of defines beers for me. Most beers taste very similar when you first taste them. It's the aftertaste that differentiates them.
Yeah, 100%. Well, like, man, just smell it. You can smell it smells like sweat.
Dude, I don't know what you sweat. I wish I sweated like this. That smells nice.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think it smells
It doesn't
nice.
smell bad, but like, it just kind of has like a slightly like...
I don't know. Yeah, like kind of a moist smell.
Just like a tangy sort of like...
Yeah, like kind of like you're kind of in an armpit.
Sort of, yeah.
It's all right. I don't mind it. It's okay. It's probably not my favorite, obviously, but yeah. One thing I wanted to talk to you about. Of course, we got sidetracked by about a million years, but you lived in Canada for a bit.
Yeah.
What was the go with that? Why did you decide to move?
So my older sister, I think she's 7 years older than me. So she did. She went over to Canada to Big White to do like a ski season way back. I think I would have been like pretty young when she first did it. But and then she did a summer camp. So, and I was like, she'd always like I think she did a few times. She did a ski season, then summer camp, and then came home for 6 months, and like I was like, oh my god, that sounds incredible. And she went back, and then did a couple more times, and then came back again. And I was always like, I always kind of thought I definitely want to do that someday for sure, like 100%. And then so I did a 4-year degree, so I'd done 3 years of my degree, and she was home for the holidays for like Christmas and stuff, and we were talking and I was asking a lot about it as well, and I was like, fuck, I really want to do this. And I wanted to do it before I graduated.
Yeah, you kind of had to,
Just because I didn't want to graduate, then go away for 2 years and come back and be
everything's
like...
changed.
Be like,
that's
what
the thing with
fuck?
uni, man.
And like,
it's so... Like, it's right now. If you go away and you come back, everything could change. Yeah, exactly.
And like applying for jobs, and they're like, well, what have you been doing for 2 years?
Yeah, exactly. Like, where's your experience? And you're like, well, I'm a bit out of touch.
Yeah, exactly. So I finished that 3rd year, then I put uni on hold. I just paused it, whatever. It was really easy at the uni I was at just to do that. But so anyway, so I went to camp directly. Like, so camp runs from April to like October. So I didn't do the ski season first. I went straight to camp. That camp always appealed to me a bit more.
So you went to camp first?
Camp first.
I didn't realise that. I thought you went straight to Biggie.
No, so I went to camp first. It always appealed to me a bit more. I don't know. It just sounded like...
Nah, man, honestly, like when I hear Kurt talk about it, because I didn't, I only found out, like I always knew about the summer camps. Like I knew that it was a thing. And then Kurt got a job there. And obviously, like, because I'm like, that's how I kind of met all you guys was through Kurt. And I heard about it. And dude, honestly, like the season at Big White and everything, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I heard camp, and I was like, man, dude, I'm fucking jealous.
Dude, you would have.
I reckon I'd love it, man.
Yeah,
because I love hanging.
So up your alley,
honestly,
man.
Yeah, it literally is.
You'd love it, man.
Yeah.
Like this activity.
It's what swung Kurt into doing teaching.
Yeah, well,
pretty much.
Like so many of the Canadians that we worked there were on doing teaching degrees, and that was their their internship.
Too. Like, you would come back after a season of camp and being like, dealing with kids every day. Best practice. Like you're gonna be so good with the kids.
100%.
Like that's one thing about you guys, like the crew that all did it. You could easily be teachers because you not that you whether you enjoyed it or not, but you lasted. You could do the whole thing and be okay with it. Yeah. So you started camp.
I did camp, and then I wasn't even on the proper. So you can get a 2-year working holiday visa in Canada, but I wasn't even on the visa then. I was just on like a camp. You can get this weird camp exemption visa.
Oh really?
But you can only work at the camp that's done it for you. Yeah. So you can't go and work anywhere. So I got Pete, the camp director, to get me one of them. So he got me that, and it was really easy to get. It didn't cost any money, which is great. So I just did camp for 6 months, and I came home, and I absolutely loved it. Like it was. I still look back on like my first couple of seasons of camp, and it was like. To me, it's like I don't see any better way to live than just being like you're with all your mates,
dude.
Yeah, in an amazing place. There's unlimited activities. Like, they literally ring a bell 3 times a day and you eat food. Like your laundry's done for you. Like it's ridiculous. Like it's the ultimate stress-free living. Yeah. You're getting paid, but you have no expenses, so you get paid at the very end of the 6 months. You can choose to. So it's just like a lump sum. So it's almost like you've just been saving the whole time. Yeah. And then you leave with like a lump sum at the end, and you can use it. Do further travel
and it's literally for you guys that you go from like Biggie to camp to be like you literally bank all your money up.
Exactly.
They give it to you at the end, and you go, sick. That's
sweet.
Here's my money for my house.
Like, or
here's my rent paid.
Here's money to split a car with a couple of mates and drive across. Or
exactly. That's another thing I saw Kurt do. Like, because I was so like it's that's one of those things because like. I love snowboarding so much. Like, I fucking love it. And I'm so glad, like, it sucked it up when I went to Canada for, like, that 4-week period you weren't there. Yeah. Which I find it funny that while we're so close, when you weren't even there, bro. I think we met at, like, Falls or something. Yeah. And, but, like, dude, that was it was easily probably the best 4 weeks, like, of my life. It was so, like, just, you'd wake up, like, what are you doing? Oh, let's, go for a board. Let's go for breakfast together. Like, all your mates are in your house. Like, we had Kurt stay over. We had you guys, like, the guys over for drinks at ours. We went to theirs, jacuzzi.
Hot tub.
Bro, it was, I literally couldn't, like, for me, like, the 4 weeks was perfect because I came back, I felt good, and I went back to uni. But, you literally have no stress. No stress. What you're working a job that you're not going to keep. Yeah. So you don't really give a fuck.
You don't care. And it's easy.
It's from what like Kurt was doing, like we went to his place for dinner a few times and he fucking, like he loved it. Like did he work with you?
At Biggie?
Yeah.
Nah, not at Biggie.
What did you do at Biggie?
So I did Tube Town. So that was a good job because...
That's what Gal did as well, eh?
Yeah. So I was a lifty.
Yeah.
So it's under like the lift program, the people that run the lifts, but you can you can sort of ask to try and get on the tube park.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much it. It's amazing because the hours are 3 to 9 every day. So you can still go out afterwards. You can snowboard every day. You never miss a powder day. Whereas like most jobs at Big White are maybe like 8 to sort of 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So if it's a beautiful day, you'll miss the powder day. Whereas tube park, you can sleep in, you can snowboard all day, and then you go to work at 3 o'clock. You can go out after you finish at 9. You just go straight out after work. Like it was perfect.
Yeah.
The pay it was like $10.50 an hour or something. The pay was like ridiculous. But like it's enough to cover your bills, cover your rent, cover your alcohol, cover your food. That's all you need. You're not there to save money.
Yeah.
So I came back from that first 6 months of camp, came back home in like November, worked like over the summer, and then I was like, I'm definitely going back. This is what I want to do. So I got the 2-year visa over that summer and went back in February. So I went back in February and I had like 2 months at Big White with friends that I'd met at camp the year before. Because I was like, I want to try Big White out. Yeah. So I went back just for the last 2 months of the season. It didn't work. I was just there for a couple of months. and it was amazing. And then I went back to camp again, then Big White, then back to camp, which is when I did the video stuff, and then back to Big White, which is the season you were there at the very end of.
Ah, yeah.
But I came back because I had my last...
and shit was still there.
Yeah. But I came back because I had my last year of uni to do. So I had to leave I had to leave in like February, which is just before you got there.
Yeah, fuck. Literally, it was just before. I'm
just
90% sure, like, because I think... Yeah, I'm 90% sure, like, you literally left, like, 2 days before we came.
Yeah,
like, Because I remember Kurt being like, oh, like, yeah, it sucks you can't meet Paddy. And I was like, oh, fuck.
I know, I was so sad. Well, it was funny because I'd already pushed back my flight, like, a week and a half because Mitch was coming.
Yeah.
Who I live with now. Yeah. And so I was like, fuck, like, I really want to see Mitch. So I pushed my flight back a week and a half and then got to see Mitch, which was awesome. But then probably, like, the best day of my life ever was I had my flight, which was already pushed back, and I got driven down the mountain. Really sad, because it was like the end of my whole Canada experience. I was like, fuck, I'm going back to Australia, going back to uni, like, fuck. Got driven down the mountain by Mitch and another guy, Neil, and dropped me off, and then I was at the airport in Kelowna, which is a little town near Big White, and they were like, oh, your flight into Calgary, which was my first flight, they were like, it has to be cancelled because there's too much fog in Calgary. There's crazy snowstorms and shit there. And I was like, true. And they're like, oh, we can put you on a flight in like 4 hours. And then I was like, oh, like, do you reckon you could put me on a flight like in like a few days? And they were like, yeah, we can put you on in like 2 days. And I was like, yeah, sweet.
So you stayed the extra 2
days? They put me on a flight 2 days, and I drove back on the mountain. Literally, I called Neil and I was like, hey man, you're gonna have to come get me. They came back out and picked me up. And like as we were driving up, literally all these clouds came in.
Oh, really?
And it just started bucketing snow. This is maybe
literally perfect
4
timing,
o'clock.
dude.
I was
Perfect
like, oh my
timing.
God. The next day I woke up, been snowing all night. And it was just bluebird, no clouds, snow everywhere. Got up.
I don't think like
it was amazing.
For people who don't snowboard,
was
like,
so fucking
dude,
good.
That feeling when you know, like, there was a night when we were there and we were out at the bar down there. I can't remember what bar it is. Sam's.
Yeah.
We were at Sam's and it was fucking shitting down with snow, man. And like Kurt was even like, dude, if this snow keeps up, we can't snowboard tomorrow. We'll be fucked. And then,
what do you mean?
Like, it was so fucked. Like, you could snowboard, but you wouldn't have a good time. You know when you're snowboarding in a whiteout and it's just
as in like if
bro,
right.
Like,
yeah.
I was walking back up to treetops and I was putting my hand in front of me. There was nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, and then anyway,
that's crazy.
we woke up the next day, dude, and I shit you not, blue, perfect blue, and like that feeling, like, dude, we were at the chairlift for first chair and it was packed. Like, there was people rolling in and they'd obviously been like on the drink the night before.
Yeah.
And they were just like, they'd probably been drinking and been like, fuck it, we're not going to snowboard tomorrow, let's get blind. There was people like throwing up because they were like, I'm not missing this day. Like, it's like the best day.
Perfect day.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. It was so good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. What are we giving this beer, bro?
It's gotten better as we kept drinking.
Dude, I rated it. Like, I know you said it tasted like sweat.
The aftertaste to me was a bit like sweat.
I'm worried that I like sweat now. You know, like, you remember Jackass, where Preston worked out in that plastic suit and then Steve-O drove?
That's filthy.
It's so gross,
That was
bro.
fucked up.
What do you reckon, dude?
To me, just because of the aftertaste, the initial aftertaste, like if I got that beer out and had that aftertaste, I'd be like, oh, what the fuck? So probably gonna have to give it a 4.
4? I give it a 4.5. Give it a
Alright.
4.5, but in saying that, I could probably drink 6 or 7 of these in a row.
Fair.
Easy.
See, I reckon I could drink that one we just had, the feral one,
Yeah.
more than that. And it
Oh,
was
100%. It was stronger. That's
stronger,
why,
yeah.
dude, I reckon like that feral one is that good because it is so strong and you can still, like, we downed it pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, that's sick. That's good. All right, let's move on to the next one, bro. Let's go. I reckon I want to keep the...
Yeah, save the Big Daddy for the last.
Big Daddy. Okay, so this is 1.9, 6.5% alcohol. It is a Colonial IPA. It's Colonial Brewing Co. It's brewed in... So this is supposed to be tropical. Waves of tropical hops. Whatever the fuck that means. This is from Melbourne. So, and another certified independent one. So I like the can on this one.
It's
When you see the can, do you think of cricket?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man, that's what I was thinking.
That's definitely what they're going for sure.
Yeah, I hope so, because that's good. We got another pop top, so it's already fucking shit me off. Here we go.
Ooh.
Let's do it, bro. It's dark.
It is quite dark. I wouldn't expect that.
Nah, neither would I. 1.9 standards though.
Ooh.
It would make sense.
Alrighty. Fair enough.
Doesn't, yeah, actually, I always associate, like, you know, the stronger the beer, the darker it gets. Like, sometimes that's fucking wrong, but, you know.
I feel like it's a good rule of thumb.
If you look at it, just looking at it, is there a lot of shit floating around?
There is a little bit of
Yeah,
shit.
what is that?
It's probably like the hops. That's the hops.
Ah, yes, the hops. What the fuck? Right, bro.
Yeah.
Number 5.
It's sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys, yeah.
Very strong flavor.
Yeah, dude. And the aftertaste tastes like...
It's like a sharp kind of flavor.
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Dude, you know what's worse?
Not bad at all.
You know what sucks about this shit?
I got to piss really bad.
Bruh, same.
Can I piss?
Yeah, you can go piss. I'll just talk by myself. I feel like Joe Rogan. Hey, do you need to pee? Yeah, no, just go pee. Can you shut the door so I don't hear it? Yeah, so Paddy's just going for a little bit of a whiz. Yeah, look, this one, there's a lot of stuff floating around for me. Actually, you know, while I'm doing this, I may as well chat about what's coming up on the Hermit. So, obviously, you guys know I'm on holidays now, so it means I've got 6 weeks, pretty much 6 weeks where I'm literally podcasting, and I've got a couple lined up. I've got some really cool people lined up, hoping that they can come on. I know, like, they're busy because they're doing, like, obviously their job, but I'm hoping the fact that I'm on 6 weeks holiday makes me a little bit more flexible. Like, Monday to Friday, I'm going to be working pretty hard on this, so because I love it. It's so good. You guys know I always say how much I love it, and it's the best thing ever. So I do have some cool stuff coming up, and hoping to get more of my mates on, because this shit, I can look into the camera now because Paddy's not here. This shit's the best. I'm seriously having so much fun. You having fun, Paddy? Yeah. Thanks, bro. Here comes Paddy. Yeah, look, hey mate, this one's growing on me actually. I'm just sketchy about the whole, dude, I'm going to have to do it. You're going to have to hold it down, bro. Alright. Yeah, so, I'm going to go take a leak. Paddy's going to take over for a good 5 seconds. Let's go, mate. What are you doing?
You're with DJ Paddy on the airways. So, I definitely recommend to anyone that's Matson's friends that are listening to this, it's definitely a good time. Especially, I think having the beers to review definitely adds sort of like a good element to the podcast, or something to sort of keep the structure of it going a bit. So, highly recommend it. It's definitely a good bit of fun. Matson's got a great setup here. If you've thought about it at all, highly recommend coming on the podcast.
Oh, I appreciate the kind words, mate.
Yeah,
good.
It's definitely.
Well, you know what I found?
Not
honestly,
amateur. It feels very pro. It's great.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Because, that's something. There's always, when I started this, everyone was like, it's all about content. But for me, like, I want it to be an environment where, because I find, like I said this to Nick the other day, like, how often do you get to sit down with one mate and have a conversation for, like an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Just about, like, random shit.
Never.
Like, you never do.
Never.
So, for me personally, I feel like I'm constantly, like, I connect more with my mates.
Oh,
and
100%.
It's great.
It must be amazing for you.
Dude, I honestly love it so much. And I to be honest, of course I want to work hard. So, eventually I'll get, like, a bigger audience or whatever. But for me personally, the personal stuff, because, like, I have some shit going in my head, like, all the time and doing that. Oh, Kia's home.
Oh.
Special guest, Kia. You can come in. For me, it's like, it's one of those things where I don't really, like, it helps me because I get to chat. I get to chat with my mates. It's fun.
It's cathartic almost.
Babe, you can walk through. It's fine. Kia Pate's coming through. Just walk through.
Yeah, I've got to get all my stuff.
Oh. Those who don't know, Kia Pates just walked through. The lovely Kia Pates, the one that keeps me sane. But it's so good. I love doing it. And just the beer review things makes it easier because...
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Bro, once you Gives you something to talk about, something to go back to, and then
structure.
Yeah, that's it.
It's it's a really good idea.
Yeah, so when you came back from Canada, you obviously went back and did your final year. What you studied journalism, eh? Do you think you're gonna go down that avenue eventually?
I'd love to, man. I'd love to sort of combine the two with and get into documentaries. That's kind of like my end goal for sure.
Louis?
Yeah.
He's the goat, man.
I don't know about presenting. Like, I hated the presenting subjects, and I did an internship at Channel 9, and I fucking hated like being on camera and presenting.
Oh, okay. Was it specifically about working for a mainstream media company? Or?
No, not at all. More just like the actual act of presenting. So like when I say I'd love to do docos, it's more about
you like the filming,
the planning, filming, interviewing, piecing it all together.
Yeah.
Rather than necessarily presenting. Like, I'd love to work with a journalist that likes presenting. I think that'd be a good match.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
If you need a fucking idiot that can ask questions,
I'd be
awesome.
down.
I love talking to people. So, especially, dude, like there's this kind of idea that I had in my head, and it was because like, kind of sounds fucked up, but but like there's a lot of homeless people around Brisbane.
Yeah.
And it'd be cool to talk to people, like, because a lot of homeless people used to have like fucking crazy jobs, and literally their jobs just sent them insane. And it'd be cool to talk to those sort of people and be like, not in a condescending way, but be like, how did you get to this point?
Yeah,
like,
what's led you to this? Yeah.
Exactly, because it's like, have you seen that video of the guy with like the most amazing voice, like the radio voice?
No.
Anyway, it's this guy that like used to sit on the street, and he used to be a presenter of like a radio station, and they fired him, and because he had no other skills, he couldn't get another job, and then radio was kind of getting phased. Excuse me. This happened last time we did this. We started burping because there were so many beers. But he essentially got to a point in his life where they did everything for him at the radio, and then when sort of podcasting boomed and the radio kind of there wasn't need for like welcome, it's the morning show. There's no need for that anymore. Now it's like he had nothing. He had literally nothing. He had no skills, and he didn't have enough money to go to like university or college because he was like 50 something, and he ended up being homeless.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
This is in Australia?
No, it's in America.
In the US, yeah.
In LA, but fuck, like that's hectic, man.
That's crazy.
Like to be so good at your job, like it's kind of terrifying for someone. You think you're irreplaceable at work. Fuck, not true. Like
no one's irreplaceable, yeah.
That's it, man. You could be replaced in 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you ever sort of like... I think with teaching, there's definitely in terms of like, if you look at your job security long term, 30 years down the track, 20 years down the track, like, how does it make you feel?
Oh, me personally, who knows, dude, like...
Like, do you think about that?
I feel like, of course I think about it. Like, for me personally, it's probably not going to be in my lifetime. But there is going to be a point where, like, I look at what I teach, right? So I teach, with PE, I personally, like, whether, we have a bit of a stigma around PE, like, as a whole community, like, that PE teachers are kind of, like, chilled out ones. But, in our theory lessons, dude, we teach so much important shit. Like, we teach a unit on puberty. Yeah. We literally teach kids what the fuck is going on with their body in the most fucked up time of their life. Like, I know math and stuff is super important, and I'd never take away from those subjects, but we're literally teaching life skills.
Yeah.
Like, things down to, like, how not to get pregnant, or not to get, but how to practice safe sex, safe partying. Like, I taught a year 9 unit on safe partying. Like, what happens when you drink too much alcohol, things that... Although it's like, like we could say to the kids, don't do that. They're going to do it. So we're teaching them, if you are having a party, what's a good way to do a safe party? Like, how do you register your party with the police? Stuff like that. Yeah. That's fucking important.
So valuable, dude.
So valuable. And
valuable.
Our school's really big on, we teach a lot of real life. Like, we teach, how kids are like, I never learned how to do tax in school. Yeah, we teach a whole unit on tax, man. Literally, like, a whole unit on how to do your taxes. That's so good. We do essentially a certificate in, like, life skills. So it's how to write a resume, how to do your taxes, how to, do a job interview, how to apply for rent, how to apply for Centrelink if you're a student. Like, things that, my school gets a little bit of a bad rap with the area it's in and all that sort of stuff, but the shit we do for our kids is
so valuable.
Mate, there's some stuff we do at our school that I'm like, I wish. Like, and my school was great. It was same private school, probably same as you, co-ed.
Yeah.
You know, but they were so, and I'd never take away anything from my school. It's the best thing ever. Like, it set me, like, put me down the right path. But there was a lot of things that I didn't learn that, you know, coming out of school, I'm like, how the fuck do I apply for private health insurance?
Dude,
how the fuck do I, even down to like ringing the doctor, I mean, like, can I book in for a doctor's appointment? That shit, for someone like me who gets really anxious, it's fucked. I hate calling the doctor.
Really?
I still get Kia to call the doctor for me because I'm a huge bitch.
What do you mean?
Bro, I fucking hate like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That.
Like, I hate doing adult shit.
Yeah.
Like, so, you know, I'm in between gym memberships at the moment and I'm talking to both sides. Like, I'm trying to work out which one's better, which one I want to go to. Because, like, for example, I love the gym that I'm at the moment, but it's like, it's not the type of fitness I want. It's very like muscle based and I want a lot more cardio. And whereas the old gym I had was so cardio and like muscular endurance based, but it was so much more expensive. So I'm trying to work out like which one right now would be best for me.
So you're thinking of going to CrossFit?
No, I'm at CrossFit at the moment and I love it, man. I love all the people there. Like, and that's why you kind of get, with gyms, you kind of get like, you know, I know the trainers and they're the nicest dudes and I don't want to, in my head, I'm like, it's not you. Like, it's literally like one of those situations where it's like, it's not you, it's me. Do
you think they're going to take it personally though?
But that's the thing. They probably won't, but in my head, I'm thinking, oh, they're fucking going to hate me.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like, they're probably just like, nah, it's your opinion. And
well, they'd see it every day. Like, people
sure,
coming
man.
and going, like, yeah.
Well, gyms are that one industry where it's a revolving door.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's great, yeah. I've checked the camera like 40 times after the fucking incident. I apologize. Like, if you guys are watching the YouTube, there are definitely going to be some blanks because the cameras are so out of sync at the moment. But it's working. It's fine. It's all good. There's probably about 5 minutes of footage lost, so that's okay.
Matson's just going to use a still image.
It's going to be Paddy's face.
And he's just going to add like a little mouth.
It's going to be that photo. Yeah.
Like a South Park.
Dude, could you imagine, like, I know production for that would be so fucking annoying, but could you imagine you set up a podcast, you don't film it, you just get your face, my face, and every time you're talking, your mouth moves. Dude.
It'd be nightmarish.
It'd be so fucking annoying.
It'd take hours.
But it'd be great.
Take hours, man.
Yeah. I reckon this will be the longest podcast I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah, dude. An hour and a half.
Wow.
We've still got one more beer to do.
Still going. Shit.
The thing about podcasting though too is
it's gone by so quick.
Dude, once you get in here, it's fucking...
It feels like you're just in this little like...
You feel like you're in a bubble and nothing matters.
But it's great.
Dude, it's the best.
It's so
This
good.
is why I love it. Like,
yeah, it's like if everyone talks about like mindfulness, like this is like
this is mindfulness.
this is being like fully
me having a chat, couple beers. It's the best thing ever, dude.
So good.
I'm trying to convince Curtis to come on, but he won't because he's a bitch.
Why won't he come on?
Because he's a bitch.
So he's scared. He's nervous.
Nah, I don't know. Probably just taking the piss.
I was definitely like a bit nervous. That's like for sure. Like before coming on, like
dude,
I hadn't even thought about it. And then I was driving and I was like, is this gonna be like fuck? Should I be like trying to sound as intelligent as possible and like all this sort of shit?
No, people love. I think people joke about it. Like Batuta joke about it. Like dumb fuck dudes at a pub think their shit chat's good enough for a podcast. But you know what? Like it is.
Yeah.
Because the thing about podcasting, like you were like you walked in and I had a podcast up there. It's called Fighter and the Kid, and like Fighter and the Kid's run by Brendan Schwab and Brian Callen, like two fucking hilarious dudes. And they had Andrew Santino, one of my favorite comedians, and Schultze, who's another fucking unbelievable comedian as well, and he's all online based. 3 or 4 comedians in a room having shit chat, and it's fucking hilarious to listen to. Because the thing about podcasting too is like some people, like for example, I know Kia, for example, she needs to listen to podcasts that give her like some sort of knowledge, like she wants to learn something from it.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I don't really like listening to like knowledge. I just like listening to people talking.
It's more like entertainment.
Yeah, I like just listening to a conversation because I'm one of these people where if 2 people start chatting in a bar, I'll just listen. I like listening to the conversations. It's cool. So when I put a podcast on for me. It's like, I just like listening to the chat. So I wanted to base this around like just, chatting, which is, it's the best. It's so
awesome.
good. Yeah.
How long did you have the idea of having a podcast before you did your first one?
Oh, geez. I reckon, that's a good question. I reckon I started, like, it sounds pretty cliche, but I started obviously listening to Rogan. Like, that podcast was, I got onto it late. So, I follow this street artist called Steen Jones, right? And Steen Jones is massive into UFC. And, like, anyone who's massive into UFC knows Joe Rogan. And he used to post, like, videos of him doing work and then Joe Rogan being on his, like, studio screen.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know Joe Rogan from the Fear Factor or whatever. Like, it's stereotypical. I know him from, like, the Fear Factor dude. And then I just started listening to it, and just the whole freeform conversation. I really like a guy. Do you know Ice from YKTR?
No.
Okay, so he's a guy that runs YKTR, but he does podcasting as well. And it's one thing I like about his podcasting is he talks to rugby league players, because he's an ex-rugby league player.
Right.
And, like, for example, he had Quade Cooper on the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And, a lot of shit gets said about Quade Cooper in
so
the media.
much.
And you don't really get an hour and a half of Quade sitting down and saying, this is what happened from the horse's mouth. I'm saying this. This is what happened on record. And you're kind of like, because I used to give shit to, well, not literally give shit to him because he's famous, but I used to be like, oh, Quade Cooper's a pussy. Like, what? He never finishes a game. He always wants to go home, all that shit.
Yeah.
When I heard the story behind why he wants to... Dude, he's from a small town in New Zealand. Loves his family. The whole reason he played footy was to make money for his family. When he made enough money, he was like, I just want to go home to my family. And, like, in my head, when I heard that on the news, the way the news painted it, I was like, fuck, like, what a pussy. Heard it from him. I'm like... Man, I feel terrible. Like, I literally shit on this dude for so long when realistically he just wanted to go home to his family.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted to do. But it wasn't like, it was only until I got to listen to him speak for an hour and a half to Ice that I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, fair play.
Well, it's funny because, like, a guy that I know, like, another videographer actually has a pretty close relationship with Quade.
Yeah.
And I think Quade sort of big thing for him is like exactly what you just said, is sort of cutting out the middleman, which is the media, from, filtering things to their sort of worldview of things.
Yeah.
And like what you just said, like, you just never get, the media's never going to supply people like us with a one-on-one sit down with Quade.
Yeah.
Unfiltered. It's always going to be...
It's like 5 questions.
Edited.
Bang, bang, bang. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Why do you do this?
Article, yeah, 100%. And so the questions always me angled around their, what point of view. So apparently he... because he couldn't afford good boots when he was growing up. So apparently his philosophy was he had to train harder than the kids that had good boots to counteract the effect of their good boots. Yeah, that was his sort of philosophy.
Yeah, dude. I like, that's why I love it. Like, and I talk about podcasting all the time, and it is, holy shit, this is a vegan friendly one. How good. Yeah, I talk about it all the time, and I know it sounds generic. It sounds like I'm one of those dudes. It's like, oh, podcasting, I'm a fucking white bloke that does chit chat, but I genuinely love it. Like, it makes me so happy that I can sit down and people want to listen, like, literally.
Man, I think another thing is, like, that generic, like, oh, like...
You become what you hate, remember?
Yeah, but, like, the sort of the stereotype is, like, people talking about wanting to podcast. You're, like, actually following through on doing it. You know what I mean? I'm
definitely one of those people. If I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I've always prided myself on being that guy. That's awesome. If I say I'm going to do, I've said myself that I want to run the Gold Coast Marathon next year. And, like, I've said that now. So I find out because I chat so much shit, when it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, well, now you're accountable. Now these people all know if you don't do it, you're all talk. So now I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to do it. All right.
That's awesome.
Thanks, bro. Let's do the last one. Last one I'm worried about because we're running low on battery there.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Dude, we're fucking charging this one. Alrighty. This is the Brewtiful Haze. I think this one's going. So Brewtiful Haze. New England IPA, Deep Creek. Now, judging from the label on this, I'm hoping it's going to be fruity. There's a mango on there. There's a bloody...
toucan.
Yeah, toucan. It looks fruity. So
it's a single can, but it's got a toucan on it.
Where's it from? This is from New Zealand.
Ooh. New England IPA from New Zealand.
It's 2.4 standard drinks.
Whoa.
It's a bigger can, so it's 440 mils, 6.5 alcohol percentage. You're definitely going to have an hour at my house before you leave.
Yeah,
You
100%.
can't drive yet.
Yeah. Oh, no way.
All right, let's do it, boy. Alrighty.
Ooh.
This one's cloudy, very juicy.
Very cloudy.
Very juicy.
Looks good.
We are going against the beer pouring, what do you call it? Beer pouring suggestion here, because you said don't turn it, but you've just turned it.
Yeah, well, it still seems better to me. I don't know.
All right, this one, I like this one. This was very much like Misty Miyagi. We had Mr. Miyagi last time. That was the one you wanted to get.
From the same company?
I think it's the same company.
Yeah.
So...
Let me see.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
So the company is Brewtiful Haze.
Brewtiful Haze. Is it? No, it's not. Go to the back. No, Deep Creek.
Deep Creek. So Deep Creek is the company and Brewtiful Haze is this
That's it.
specific brew.
Very, very thick. Like, thicky. So it's very hazy. I think they say that to it in it as well. So change battery pack. So one of the cameras is dead. So we're gonna keep going though. We're gonna be nice and quick with this one. We'll probably finish up halfway through this one. Give it a taste. Aftertaste gets me.
I don't mind that aftertaste. It's a
Yeah.
bit tart.
It's what?
Tart. It's very tart.
What is that?
You know what do you mean?
Fuck. What does tart mean?
Like, you know when you have like a really like almost like sour.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's very fruity.
Yeah.
Very fruity.
Like
in
tart's
the
like
sour.
sharpy
Okay,
sort
yeah,
of
like
sours.
sharp flavor. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give it that. All right. Hey, mate, we didn't give a rating to the old Colonial. Here we are.
Ooh, that's right.
So I'm gonna give this one. I liked this one. I'm gonna give this one a 6.8. I can't even remember what it tasted like, but it was good.
It was a bit darker than we thought it was going
And
to
I
be.
like the can.
I did
I
like
the
it.
can design.
I did like it a lot. I'll give it a 7.
7. All right, I'll round mine up to a 7. I rate that. So Colonial IPA, I rate that. We'll go a 7 for that one. Very good. And we're going to do a sharp review here because we'll finish up. Sharp review on this one. Flavor's good. Smells fruity. Dude, it almost smells like chocolate at the end.
You reckon?
Yep. A little bit.
It's good. It tastes strong. Sort of like
dude.
strong, like sharp flavour.
All right, let's do a rating on this one. What do you reckon?
Probably a 6.
Yeah.
5.8. 5.8. 6.
Yeah, I got 5.8. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
5.8.
Yeah, I'm actually sad that this is coming to an end. I had the
Me
best
too.
time. You know what's best about this though?
What?
We get to listen to it back now.
Oh.
It's hilarious when you
Is
listen
it hilarious?
to it back. Bro, it's so funny. I just remember an hour and a half ago we were talking about shits and piss.
Oh my god.
How is it that when we got more drunk, we didn't...
Yeah, we
actually got serious.
The quality got slightly
The
better.
quality got better.
Yeah. Fuck.
Anyway, guys. So, look, we give that one a 6.8. So, let's do a quick recap.
5.8.
5.8. So, the Brewtiful Haze New England IPA, 5.8.
7?
7 for the Colonial IPA. I rated that one. The Larry, what do we give that? I think we gave that a... You know,
I gave that one pretty low because it was sweaty.
Look, to be completely honest, I think we'll just choose
That one was solid.
Beer of the day. Beer of the day, we went the Feral Brewing Co. And I just heard that camera turn off, so
And this
we're
one
out
was
of
a
camera.
this one was a close second, I thought.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Feral Brewing Co. Definitely East Coast IPA, the Biggie Juice. I rated that. Patty rated that. Yeah, it was good. Treat like milk, refrigerate when possible.
When possible.
Great.
It was fantastic that it was such a high percentage, but you couldn't even taste it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Alrighty, Patty. Well, dude, I fucking really appreciate you doing this. I'm glad you had a good time.
Thanks for having me
How
on. It was so
mate?
much fun.
I'm fucking... Mate, whenever else you want to come on and have another one, I'm down. We don't even have to review beers
Let's do it again now.
right now.
Let's do another.
Yeah, let's fucking turn these cameras on and fucking do it again. Alrighty, guys. So, once again, this episode was brought to you by Bloody Brilliant Beers. Bloody Brilliant Beers is a Facebook closed group. You'll have to... I'll get back to you on how people can join the group. I will post it in the stuff below. you know, if you're ever stuck, you want a good beer, you don't know what it tastes like, go on Bloody Brand Beers. It's a review sort of page. It's really nice. It's kind of a bit of a support network as well, which is really cool. So, guys, you know how it is. If you enjoyed that, you know, I'm glad you did. If you didn't, then you can eat a dick.
So wait, hang on. I think when you say it's a support network as well, what do you mean by that?
It's just a nice, great question. I think it's, you know, it's one of those places where everyone's overly supportive. It's like a little bit of a joke, but at the same time, it's good. You know, guys can post on there and you're never going to get shit on. Everyone's very supportive. So
that's awesome.
It's really cool. It's great. And, you know, I think Darcy really wants to network it into that, like men's mental health as well, which is super important. I'm super passionate about it because I'm someone who has shit going on all the time. So, yeah, it's something I'm really passionate about. So, thanks, Paddy. If you're having a shitty day, I hope we made your day better. If you're not having a shitty day, then congrats.
You.
Good for you. Good for you. Have a great day. Anyway, guys, peace out. We're going to continue drinking these beers, and you guys have just a bloody great time.
Thanks, Matson.